How you doing? I Cut Grass LLC here. It is August the 8th, 2018, about 3:30 Eastern Standard Time here in uh, central Indiana. And the purpose of this video today, I'm picking up my son. I thought I'd kill some time. I want to talk with you briefly about residential snow removal. Before I get started, if you haven't already subscribed to the page, please consider doing so we can help other people. Remember, the whole purpose of this is to help people, plain and simple. Help you learn from my experience, help you learn from my mistakes, so you can make better decisions moving forward and you can thrive professionally. Residential snow removal. I don't do commercial snow removal. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't like it. I'm residential. And I've been doing this for 11 years, and I can tell you that at one point I had 3 plows. I have 3 trucks, 2500 HDs. I had 3 plows, and they were sitting for years collecting dust. And I started asking myself, why do I have these $6,000 plows and I'm insuring them all year to sit there and do nothing? So what we started doing, is we started offering snow removal services to the residential side of the industry. And most of my customers have the traditional 2-car driveway that's 30, 40, 50 feet long. And so I started thinking, man, if I come into these places and I offer snow removal services, one of the ends for me that I can use is, hey, I can do this with a single stage snowblower, have minimal risk at damaging their property, have minimal risk at hitting somebody. Whereas I have significant risk if I got a guy in a truck that's driving back and forth, billing out per the hour $90 to $125 in a commercial driveway. If I come into these residential properties and I do that, I can get my foot into the door. Plus, I'm working with so many residential customers anyway with lawn care and mulch and fertilization. It just makes sense. So I created a contract, okay? And you'll need to check with an attorney. If you have questions about contracts, I can help you and give you some pointers. Just put your questions down in the comments below. But you'll need to check with your with an attorney that's licensed to practice law, contract law in your specific state. I'm not an attorney. I'm just a contractor. So I looked and I said, I said, if I put together a contract, and let's say that I have a 2-inch trigger, right? And I come in, and on these driveways, I clear the driveway, I clear a pathway to the front door, I clear the front sidewalks, and let's say that for anything up to 3 inches, I bill $50. And for every 1 inch above 3 inches, I bill an additional $10. I can make a chunk of money. So I started presenting customers with these contracts, and they started signing them, and they started committing to me. And this is about the 5th or 6th year that I've been doing this specifically on the residential side. And we don't get a lot of snow in central Indiana. I get 31, 32, maybe 33 inches on the average per the year. But when a snowstorm comes through and produces at least 2 inches, I'm making a chunk of money in a short amount of time. Relatively easy with significantly reduced risk, whereas before I had guys in trucks with plows out driving through, commercial parking lots where they could possibly hit someone. Now, technically, you can hit somebody on the way from A to B, but the risk is significantly reduced, and it makes sense. It makes sense, so it makes dollars, and I'm going to do it. And I'm recommending that you consider doing it too. If you live in an area or in a section of wherever you live, there are lots of neighborhoods, okay, and you're doing lots of residential properties. So I've got a 2-inch trigger. And then I bill out and for $10 above 3 inches for each inch above 3 inches. Okay, and then I've got a $100 cancellation fee with a 7-day notice. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day is double rate. And we do snow ice melt if they request it. It's in the contract. It's $35 a bag. We list on there also that we are not responsible for any damage that happens. They put a $50 deposit down when they sign their contract, and that covers us to come out and do an initial property inspection to make sure we understand if there are rock beds along the driveway, if there's landscape lighting, if there's any damage in the drive. And another thing that helps me with closing sales with my service specifically is not all these, but a big chunk of concrete driveways obviously have control joints, right? So they have these little areas where they put these these creases in the concrete, right, to help control where the concrete's going to crack essentially. And over time, what happens is they have a tendency to separate, right? You come up and it's a 1/4 of an inch, you hit that with a plow, smack that, you've just damaged that driveway, okay? So that's my end with the snow blowers. Now, single stage snow blowers that I use cost me about $650. They are commercial rated, and they handle the snows that we get. I've had dual stage snow blowers. They're big and bulky and heavy, and I don't need them. In fact, when we got 13 inches of snow here in central Indiana several years ago, we were out working for about 48 hours straight. Those single stage snow blowers were outstanding. No problem. So get yourself set up. All of your customers are candidates. Even if they don't ask, you can put together a proposal and mail it to them. All year round, you should always be presenting snow removal with everybody. Now, I'm not saying be aggressive and following up and keep asking them and harassing them, but it never hurts to ask. Why wouldn't you ask? This way, when snow removal season comes, you've got a full route already, and you don't have to worry about the calls coming in. Of course, you still want to take those if you can. That's considered candy money, because those customers also are potential lawn care customers, and that's how you grow. You keep growing, you make more money. Guys, I hope this short video is helpful for you. I hope it gets you to thinking. I hope that it helps you to grow your business and become more successful, or bring you closer to that goal of success, whatever it may be in your head. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to my page, please subscribe to my page. And if you know someone that you think would benefit from this, I'm going to ask that you do the same thing, that you recommend the page to them and ask them to subscribe too. Thanks for watching the video. We'll be in touch soon.